Honourable Speaker, Sir, the Honourable Prime Minister, the Honourable Attorney General and Minister for Economy, the Honourable Cabinet Ministers, Assistant Ministers, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition and members of the Parliament, members of the public who are watching this proceeding from their workplaces or the comfort of their homes. A very good afternoon to you all. Mr. Speaker, Sir, although I prepared my speech on the motion before the floor, this very floor, I was taken aback yesterday, sir, with the comments from the Honourable Leader of the Opposition, and I quote in his remarks, "God forbid any further infection in our country. Our healthcare systems, and I say it again, is not in a sound state. Thanks to Fiji First Government's misrule for the last 14 years, unquote. Having read that yesterday, or hearing it yesterday, Mr. Speaker, sir, I was taken aback, and so this afternoon, rather than, I'm deviating from my actual speech, and I wish to bring to the notice of this august House and the public at large that are listening to this hearing, bring it up to speed with facts of the Ministry of Health over the last 10 years. Mr. Speaker, sir, service delivery, expanding our service reach and coverage, establishment of new specialist services. Following years of specialist training in Fiji through the Fijian National University and abroad, Fijian medical specialists have come back to set up specialist services in the ministry. These are urology, neurosurgery, plastic surgery, pediatric surgery, nephrology, invasive cardiology, medical oncology, neonatology, pediatric cardiology, and emergency medicine. Many of these high-end complex specialist medical services did not exist in Fiji before 2012, and the ministry used to send Fijians to overseas hospitals for expert treatment. These treatments would take hours and cost thousands of dollars. Now, well-trained and competent local medical specialists provide these services in Fiji, and this means significant savings in transportation, living expenses, and emotional pressures from being away in a foreign land for specialist treatment. The government also established a new cardiology center at CWM Hospital and replaced the cath lab machine with a newer model with the assistance of the Rotary Club and long-term visiting specialist cardiologists from Australia. Mr. Speaker, sir, outreach visits are now conducted at the subdivisional hospitals and the Maritime Islands by specialists from the main hospitals in increased frequency. This means we are taking the best specialist teams from CWM Hospital, Lambasa, and Latoko hospitals to the rural areas. The MV Vueti, the hospital ship, has also enabled the ministry to roll out specialist health services to the maritime communities. This is a significant step in ensuring no one is left behind. The outreaches have become an integral part of the ministry's annual program with dedicated funding and are planned to ensure that communities in hard-to-reach places have increased access to specialist services offered at our major hospitals. The mobile eye clinic of the Pacific Eye Institute and Eye Department at CWM takes specialist eye services, including eye surgeries, to the communities and rural centers every month for better access to specialist eye care for our rural populations. Mr. Speaker, sir, Fiji's Emergency Medical Assistance Team, better known as FEMAT, which is the first team in the Pacific Islands to be certified by World Health Organization as a Level 1 field hospital capacity for international deployment. FEMAT achieved World Health Organization accreditation in May of 2019. It visits maritime and rural health facilities, bringing specialist services closer to the community. We have conducted specialist services in Korobo, Northern Division, Lau, Yasawa, and Kandavu. Mr. Speaker, sir, the purchase and commissioning of the hospital ship Nembueti, working together with the relevant government agency, the first ever hospital ship for Fiji, was constructed and delivered to Fiji. The ship was designed according to our need and outfitted to our specification and has surgical operational capability as well as the ability to transport our medical and FEMAT teams to target sites that require these services. Mr. Speaker, sir, the community health workers, known as CHW. The ministry has strengthened the CHW program in Fiji and now employs 1,656 community health workers throughout the nation. The CHWs assist in delivering key health messages, monitoring community health, and referring residents to essential health services, especially in villages, communities, and settlements. There were 5 CHW trainings conducted for the CHW workers in the 3 divisions in the last year. Decentralization of general outpatient services from major hospitals to the major health centers in the subdivisions has resulted in improving accessibility. This supports universal health coverage, which is a key component of our health strategy. The CWMH has outsourced general outpatient services to Lami Health Center, Samambula Health Center, Valelevu Health Center, as well as the Rawanga Health Center, while extending opening hours in target facilities. Valelevu Health Center now opens 24/7. Lautoka Hospital has decentralized GOPD services to the newly established Kamikamida Health Center and Punjas Health Center in suburban areas of Lautoka City. Processes for the decentralization of GOPD services from Lumbasa Hospital have also been initiated. Mr. Speaker, sir, the decentralized clinical services. Decentralization of special clinical services is a program that the ministry is embarking on to increase access for our communities to specialist service provided in the main hospitals. As an example, maternal health services have been decentralized from the CWM maternity unit to the newly built McCoy maternity unit. Similarly, the dental prosthetic services from CWM have been decentralized to the newly built Nakasi Health Center in Nakasi, Nasinu. The establishment of the Nandera Dialysis Unit follows the same concept of moving specialists services closer to where the community lives. The rolling out of emergency department services from CWM to Valelevu and the Sori Health Center is also another initiative. Mental health services have also decentralized its services through the establishment of stress management wards at the main hospitals, Lautoka, Lumbasa, and CWM, thereby increasing the number of mental health facilities and inpatient beds from where mental health services can be provided. Mr. Speaker, sir, specialist visits. This is another model of decentralizing specialist services where medical specialists undertake regular weekly and monthly visits to health centers and subdivisional hospitals. CWM, Lautoka, and Lumbasa hospitals are currently undertaking this activity. Subspecialist monthly clinics are conducted at the divisional hospitals and subdivisional hospitals in the west and the north by subspecialists, urologist, pediatric surgeon, plastic surgeon, neurology, and neurosurgeon from the CWM. New specialized medical equipment introduced, such as MRI scan, EEG machine, the echo machine, the liquid-based cytology machine, lithotripter machine, etc., introduced to support expansion in our services. The MRI machine is the first MRI machine in the South Pacific. A 3.5 Tesla machine valued at $2.7 million was purchased and installed at the CWM hospital. The CT scan machine purchase of 3 new CT scan machines with the Lautoka and Labasa hospitals having CT scan machines for the first time ever. CWM received a 128 slice machine, the first such high capability CT machine of its kind in the South Pacific. This machine, which has greatly helped the treatment, recovery and final outcome for many patients. Mr. Speaker, sir, the lithotripter machine is the first of its kind in the Pacific that ensures that the treatment of kidney stones are improved. Many patients that used to require open surgical procedures for their kidney stones are now treated without requiring to undergo a surgical operation or admitted for long periods of time at the hospital. The liquid-based cytology machine is the first of its kind in Fiji and was purchased to increase the volume and timeliness of diagnosis for cancers, which is now the 3rd most common cause of mortality in Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, the new Hyperbaric Chamber was purchased in 2009 to replace the smaller old machine at the CWM hospital. The brand new custom-made chamber is the only machine available in Fiji which was installed in December of last year. Overseas medical treatment support. Government subsidizes overseas treatment of specialist services needed by patients, and the overseas medical treatment guidelines have been reviewed to streamline these processes. The dialysis services. Government has started hemodialysis for acute kidney disease at the CWM and Lautoka hospitals to support the several ill patients under ICU care. Government also worked with the Board of Visitors and management of Labasa Hospital to set up the Kidney Dialysis Center in 2014 that provides hemodialysis for acute and chronic patients. The National Kidney Dialysis and Research Center is scheduled to be fully operational from November this year for patients of the Greater Suvarnasori area. The government has also approved and set aside a budgetary allocation for subsidizing dialysis costs for patients in the low-income status. This subsidy is already in use for the kidney patients in Labasa and will soon commence in Suva. Mr. Speaker, sir, the 157 call line customer care facility was established to improve health service provision, focusing on quality and patient safety. As a feedback result, the queue management system was implemented at Valilevu Health Center to improve patient waiting time. Since the commencement of the 157 customer care facility, the number of complaints and the feedback time frame has steadily improved. The Ministry has established a set of systematic, criterion-based audits of facility standards and adherence to clinical guidelines to guide a continuous quality improvement process. The Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative and the Safe Motherhood Hospital Initiative have been adopted with World Health Organization support and implemented throughout the Ministry. Mr. Speaker, sir, the establishment of twinning hospitals has allowed the Ministry to improve its care and management of children with cancer. The twinning program between CWM and the Christchurch General Hospital has resulted in remarkable improvements in the treatment, ongoing care, and outcome for children with cancer. The preventative program delivery, a targeted approach, Mr. Speaker, sir, wellness, the adoption and implementation of the World Health Organization PEN package model to combat diabetes and other NCDs. PEN is also being implemented through the SOPDs at health centers to improve the quality of care of NCDs in primary care facilities. The Ministry has launched Mobile Eye Clinic, NCD Wellness Bus, and the Rheumatic Heart Disease Mobile Clinic for outreach programs in the rural and remote areas. The Ministry has multidisciplinary school health teams that conduct screening for primary school children to promote healthy living. The Ministry has been working with the Ministry of Education to roll out the Health Promoting Schools package to over 200 schools considered to be at the highest risk category. Mr. Speaker, sir, maternal and child health. The Ministry also developed guidelines and policies such as cervical cancer policy, violence against women and girls clinical guideline for health care workers in Fiji, school health policy, and the integrated management of acute malnutrition guideline for Fiji. The Ministry launched the Sexual and Reproductive Health Manual to address reproductive health issues. The Maternal and Newborn Safe Hospital Initiative audit has shown improvements in the standard of our maternal and newborn services in our hospitals. The Ministry conducted nationwide mass measles and rubella vaccination campaigns for children aged 1 to 11 years in 2017, and meningococcal C disease campaign targeting children aged 1 to 19 years old in 2018. Mr. Speaker, Sir, communicable disease. Implementation of the National Fight the Bite Cleanup campaign that was conducted nationwide in collaboration with government organizations, NGO, corporate bodies, faith-based organizations, and community groups to combat the spread of dengue fever in the country. The use of new technology in TB laboratories, the Gene Expert, BDM-GIT, has contributed to identify bacteriologically confirmed cases, both pulmonary and extrapulmonary cases. The Gene Expert machine is the first ever machine to be installed in the country, and it has significantly improved the accuracy and timelines of diagnosis of TB in Fiji. The implementation of the Early Warning and Alert Response System, EWARS, at Sentinel sites in Fiji was introduced to provide better surveillance of infectious diseases in addition to the routinely reported notifiable disease. The EWARS and event-based system has resulted in greater collaboration and sharing of information between private and public health providers, giving more coverage and accuracy to the surveillance results. Mr. Speaker, Sir, Wolbachia Project, in collaboration with the World Mosquito Program to combat mosquito-borne diseases like dengue, Zika, chikungunya, and yellow fever. The rollout of new HIV rapid confirmatory testing sites algorithm with the capacity to report online in collaboration with the hub centers. Mr. Speaker, Sir, measles outbreak was declared in November 2019, and more than 300,000 Fijians in the target group were immunized against measles during the campaign. The outbreak was brought to an end through a massive response effort by the Ministry just before celebration of Christmas 2019. The coronavirus is in the ministerial statement by my minister later on. Mr. Speaker, Sir, health system improvements. The enhancement health information management system to guide decisions about health sector strategy, functioning and oversight includes the upgrade of patient information system, introduction of new health information systems such as consolidated monthly return information systems, the public health information system, laboratory management information system, rheumatic fever information system, the human resource information system, and surveillance outbreak, the integration of the pregnancy and birth module of the patient information system with the births, deaths, and marriages office to allow online registration of birth notification. Infrastructures, we have built new hospitals, health centers, and nursing stations, namely Navua, Ba, Vatukarasa in Naitasiri, Dhubu, Nakasi and Waimaro health centers, Nayawira and Tamasua nursing station, and the low-risk McCoy Maternity Hospital. Sidiom Hospital will be extended with the new 200-bed maternity wing that will feature modern maternal health services for our mothers. Human resource, the Ministry has fully and successfully introduced open merit-based recruitment, achieving a score of about 92.5% in its last audit. The Ministry has identified the skills required and undertaken re-engagement of retired nurses in scarce skill areas, recruitment of specialist medical officers from overseas, and locum arrangements to support the health sector. There has been a review of nursing and medical officer posts to meet the patient demand. the Memorandum of Understanding awaiting Cabinet approval between Ministry of Health and Medical Services Fiji and Health Directorate Australian Capital Territory, ACT, includes the arrangement for placement of registered Fijian nurses in ACT public health facilities to undertake further education in the area of critical care nursing. Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, I look forward to continue working together with the Honourable Minister for Health and Medical Services, the entire Ministry staff and allied workers in taking forward the Ministry's vision of developing a healthy and productive population. With this, I fully support the 2020-2021 budget, and I thank you most sincerely, sir.